Allstate Mayhem Guy, the living embodiment of chaos, dressed in a suit, smirking. Valkyrie from Rainbow Six Siege, Cleopatra, Wendy from Don't Starve, Bigfoot with a soccer ball, Detective Chimp, Turtle from Wings of Fire,
What is it
Marcus
with you and
Phoenix.
giving Bigfoot sports balls?
He has to compete.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is a shot for
This is
fame. Every
sport.
Hunger Games match.
True.
Next is going to be badminton.
Oh my god. He'd be so dainty.
That is Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It's based off Raphael Nadal.
It's his legend.
His rival.
Yeah. But
There's
he's
a massive
retired. He's
fire.
retired.
There's a massive fire. Bigfoot comes out. Raphael Nadal, hair all burnt. The Void Knight, the Trapper, Minecraft Creeper, Wall Rider, Trevor from GTA 5, Goro from Mortal Kombat, Alyssa Brondragic, Graceful and Elisa, sorry. Basically Android with Chainsaw's arms.
Chainsaw's arms.
Killer
What is she
Moth,
from?
Tekken.
Hmm. Oh, wait, I know that
Progenitor.
character.
I know, I randomly talk about her because she appears in my brain.
I see.
Gage, Malric Terowin, Hawk Girl, Agent 47, Frank Horgan, and GLaDOS. Alright,
Yay.
Marcus Venus dashes towards the weapon cache, nearly avoiding the trapper's bear. Sorry if I'm just like throwing in slops. That's why I didn't even ask. It's just, and also I don't think you care.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Gage uses death trap we use to grab supplies, while Trevor picks up a crowbar and starts swinging it like a lunatic. Cleopatra immediately seizes control of the fountain area, claiming it as her palace, and ordering trespassers executed.
Where's the map again?
Paris or France.
Oh yeah, France, right.
Creeper approaches Void Knight, but the Void Knight dodges its detonation. I don't know how it does that. The Creeper blows up Killer Moth as well, because he was in the blast radius.
Oh.
Wall Rider drifts between alleys, startling Detective Chimp, who fires his pistol at him but misses. Bigfoot kicks his soccer ball into the regenerator, but only enrages the creature.
He's here to win.
Agent 47 quietly dispatches Turtle with a Garrote before slipping away into the streets. Okay. Wendy finds refuge inside of a. Do I have another Hunger Games thing? Yeah, the Death Star one. I'm try to groom it real quick.
What?
Good response. No, because I'm
What do you mean
giving
by
like this
that?
old one. Because I have the old one. You can promote it to do certain types of things. That's why, like certain types of Hunger Games are like summaries. Because this one's not as good as the
Oh,
other
I
ones.
see. Okay, I get you. I
It's
get
good
you
enough,
now.
but it's nothing amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Wendy finds refuge inside a candlelit church, whispering to Abigail. Marcus Phoenix and Hawkgirl reluctantly team up. Trevor sets fire to a bakery. Wall Rider phases into Goro's temporary camp. Goro swings all four fists wildly, but he can't hit the Phantom. Cleopatra hosts a royal feast inside of the Vura, baiting the attendees into a trap. Regenerator stumbles in, but she flees when it starts regenerating from her spear stabs.
Huh. What is regenerator?
It's just the nerds, the Kentucky Fried Nerds.
Oh, I see. It's a nerd.
Detective Chimp finds a vineyard and sets up camp. Mark Terwin challenges Frank Horgan to a single combat of honor, for Horgan accepts, but ensuing the clash, Mark's sword is shattered. Horgan crushes him with one punch. This has like the most overpowered people and then the most like weirdos.
Yeah. We do have some overpowered
The
ice.
creeper's somehow still alive, by the way, apparently. I see his name down there.
Plot armor.
The, yeah, the arena boundaries are pushed. I don't know. Yeah, because Turtle gets executed by Agent 47. Turtle's like a 6 foot tall dragon. And he
Yeah.
kills it with like a string rope. Or like a wire thing. You know, like how you strangle people with like a wire,
Yeah.
piano wire.
Hmm. I know what he does. I've seen him in action.
Agent and Spy briefly allied together. Turtles also has powers to enchant things. He could have survived that easily.
Nah.
Gage and Spy briefly allied, but Spy attempts to backstab
Shocking.
Death Trap, but he intercepts, killing Spy with one laser blast. Bigfoot headbutts Creeper, detonating it and killing himself in its explosion.
No.
The Creeper's still not dead,
What?
somehow. Hold on. Did it say he died up there, but not down here? No. Okay, yeah, so...
Alright.
Night 2. Goro storms the gates, tearing through the doors, but it's blinded by GLaDOS's automated turrets. Bleh. Trevor hides inside a wine cellar, drinking himself into a loud stupor. Regenerator corners Valkyrie, but she unloads her entire clip into its legs, temporarily immobilizing it. Marcus Phoenix hears faint footsteps. Agent 47 finally strikes, killing him quietly before melting back into the shadows.
Damn.
He's killed, basically, he killed... Okay, if he kills Frank Horgan, he's literally killed, like, the strongest people
Yeah, he's
here.
killed already two people stronger than him. Stealth.
Oh, the Seine River begins to swell naturally, its water spilling over the streets, flooding lower districts. The contestants must find higher ground. Valkyrie uses her drone cameras to navigate rooftops, pinging flood zones for herself. She narrowly avoids a sniper shot from 47, who's perched on Notre Dame. Trevor steals a tourist pedal boat, screaming obscenities as he paddles through the water, nearly capsizing when Walrider bursts through the water in front of him. I could just ignore it.
Yeah. Must have been the wind.
Agent 47 is going to kill Walrider.
There's no way. It strangles him.
Yeah, he punches him in the back of the head and knocking him unconscious.
Steals his clothes.
He dresses up as him.
Yeah.
Walrider's outfit, like 2 times the naked.
That'd be awesome.
he kills Cleopatra, the hot girl, dresses in her clothing.
They'll never know.
Hot girl uses her wings to ferry Detective Chimp to higher ground. Cleopatra orders Goro to carry her to safety, but Goro refuses, leading into intense argument. The noise draws the Regenerator, who lunges at Goro. He manages to tear it in half, but both halves begin crawling towards again.
Oh my
He
god.
flees, abandoning Cleopatra. Gage sends Death Trap underwater to scout. It returns, dragging drowned Creeper, which he detonates as an underwater mine to sink a small floating structure. Unfortunately, Frank Horgan was on it. The explosion kills him instantly. Not more accurate.
Yeah.
More accurate, Frank Horgan would ignore a nuclear blast at point blank range.
Definitely.
No, the writers said that. They said if it weren't for plot, Frank Horgan would have survived the nuclear reactor meltdown and blowing up.
Damn.
Even when he was cut in half.
That's crazy.
Flood reaches its peak. Most of Paris is now waist deep in water. Or chest deep. Agent 47. There are 4 contestants remaining. Oh, never mind. 3.
Okay.
I don't know why I remembered that.
Oh yeah, that's not
Agent,
okay.
Agent 47, Detective Chimp. Sorry, Agent 47 eliminates Detective Chimp quietly, drowning him in an alley before pulling him from Hawk Girl's protection.
Damn.
Wendy stands motionless in the rain. Abigail's ghost floating behind her. Trevor crashes his pedal boat into a floating wine barrel. Trevor inside the wall rider who swarms him. Trevor survives but screams himself hoarse. Cleopatra clamps top of rooftop, throwing down debris at anyone who comes close. I just realized it's Abigail has a ghost and Gage has a death trap. They just
Yeah.
have minions.
They do have minions.
Summoners. Regenerator emerges from the river, now coated in barnacles, and attacks Lisa Bunch. Whatever, I'm not saying her last name. She disables it temporarily by sawing off its legs, but can't kill it outright. Hawkgirl duels Goro on a rooftop. The fight ends when she dives her mace into his chest, sending him tumbling into the streets below. Alright, never mind. Gage's death trap malfunctions after water damage, and leaving her without her main support. Trevor finally loses it completely, charging Valkyrie with a broken oar. She shoots him twice, killing him instantly. No, that's just Trevor. He would survive. Gage works on repairing Death Trap in the kitchen cafe, while Wendy suddenly watches from the doorway. Cleopatra approaches Agent 47, offering an alliance. He agrees, but the mutual distrust is obvious. So a contract. Hawkgirl spends the night scouting, now hunting for Agent 47. Valkyrie sleeps in an abandoned bus, but her camera set as the motion sensors. The floodwaters are mostly gone. Valkyrie reclaims their rooftop advantage, repositioning the cameras to cover several major streets. Agent 47 and Cleopatra continue their uneasy alliance. Wendy scavenges food from an abandoned bakery, her pale face unreadable. Abigail's ghost seems to linger longer in daylight now. Hawkgirl confronts Regenerator in the open. After a long brawl, she uses her mace to pin it to the wall, and still wheezing from twitching, she decides it's not worth finishing off yet. If Regenerator wins, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's...
Gage
What's
manages
weakness again? It's just like fire?
The fire.
Okay, yeah.
Gage manages to partially repair Death Trap, though now it has sparks and occasionally moves on its own. She tests it on Wall Rider. It swats the ghost swarm away for a moment, buying her time to escape. Alyssa spends the day quietly shadowing groups. Night 5, Hawkgirl takes to the skies at night, watching Paris from above. She notices Agent 47 splitting off from Cleopatra. She falls at a distance. Valkyrie tries to set up an ambush for Wall Rider in a narrow alley. The ghost ability phases through walls, makes the traps useless. Yeah.
I'd imagine so.
He just ignores it.
Yeah.
Gage is ambushed by Regenerator. In a half-submerged metro tunnel, Death Trap's electrical discharge fries it long enough for her to escape. Cleopatra, suspecting betrayal tries to poison Agent 47's water. He catches her in the act, and without a word, strangles her in the alleyway. Hawkgirl, seeing the kill from above, swoops down on Agent 47 immediately. The fight is brutal. She knocks away his weapons, but he manages to land several knife strikes. In the end, she drives her mace in his skull, killing him instantly. I feel like he would have won that.
I don't think so.
Nah. Gage, still with that fully functional Death Trap, teams up with Valkyrie temporarily to hunt Wall Rider, but the ghost slips away. Wendy appears behind Alyssa as she scavenges, staring silently before walking away. Hawkgirl now feels like the top predator in the arena after killing Agent 47. Gage and Valkyrie make camp in the metro tunnels, discussing ways to flush out the Wall Rider. Regenerator disappears entirely into the catacombs. Wall Rider hovers above the riverbanks. I just remembered like Albert Wesker killing someone and then getting all cocky, killing someone, shooting them in the back, and then being cocky about it.
Yeah.
Hawkgirl reluctantly lands near one of the entrances, folding her wings as she heads into the tunnels. Valkyrie retrieves her cameras, muttering that underground combat is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Gage drags the half-broken death trap behind her, hoping it doesn't short-circuit entirely in the damp air. Wendy enters without fear. Abigail Ghost seems comfortable in the darkness. Elisa moves like a machine in the cramped corridors, her footsteps eerily silent. Walrider flows freely through the tight stone spaces, clearly enjoying the new environment. Regenerator lumps deeper, the sound of bones scraping stone echoing behind it. Valkyrie sets up a makeshift camera trap at a three-way junction, catching a glimpse of the Walrider before the ghost destroys it. Wendy lures Alyssa into a narrow corridor. Abigail manifests, distracting the android long enough for Wendy to stab her in the torso with a scavenge blade. Gage and Valkyrie are together, but Regenerator ambushes them. Deathtrap rams the creature into the wall, buying them time to run. Hawkgirl finds a hidden Usuri chamber littered with skulls. Hawkgirl hears Wendy humming somewhere in the darkness. The sound unnerves her enough to retreat into another tunnel. Walrider targets Gage, this time slamming her into the wall, but Deathtrap sacrifices himself, shorting out entirely to drive the ghost back. Regenerator catches Valkyrie off guard in the side tunnel. She unloads her SMG into its chest, seemingly, but it simply wheezes and lunges.
Yeah.
Wendy sits in a flooded chamber, speaking to the skulls around her. Hawkgirl corners Regenerator in dead end and crushes head with repeated mace strikes until it stops moving for good.
Okay.
Alright, thank God.
Thank God.
No, the only overpowered one here is Walrider.
Yeah. Hawkgirl's kind of up there.
No, she's not that. I mean, she's like reasonable. I feel like the next round, people can actually kill her. But I mean,
Yeah.
Walrider has been just ignoring people this entire,
True.
like ignoring everything.
Yeah, and Regenerator. I like Regenerator though because he's not like powerful. That people are just like, oh, this fucking guy again.
Hey, not this guy.
Yeah.
Well, Gage muttering to himself about fixing Deathtrap. Walrider drifts silently through the upper tunnels. Okay. Hawkgirl emerges near the everyone's gonna meet up at the Eiffel Tower? Hawkgirl emerges from the catacombs start getting blown up basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkgirl emerges near the Eiffel Tower, gripping her mace. Valkyrie hauls herself up from the metro entrance, her left arm still banged up from the Regenerator fight. She retrieves her last working camera. Gage limps to the alleyway, muttering about one last fight without Deathtrap. Wendy emerges from the manhole, her eyes unblinking, Abigail floating by her side. The Walrider appears out of a storm drain, its shadowy form flickering in the daylight. Hawkgirl and Valkyrie finally cross paths. Valkyrie fires first, forcing Hawkgirl into cover. Hawkgirl launches upwards, slamming into Valkyrie midair. They clash through a second-story window of a bakery. After a brutal close-quarters fight, Hawkgirl's mace connects with Valkyrie's ribs. The crunch is fatal. Wendy trails Gage silently for hours, but never strikes, letting the paranoia set in. Walrider watches from the rooftops. Gage rigs a trap in a narrow alleyway, hoping to catch Hawkgirl, but Wendy walks right through it, the blast knocking her down. She simply gets back up, unharmed.
Okay.
Ignored.
Yeah.
Hawkgirl spots Walrider drifting towards her. She swings, but the ghost floats around her, strikes, retreating without taking damage. Wendy begins openly speaking to Abigail about who takes next. Gage decides to stop running and heads towards the Eiffel Tower Plaza. Okay. The game makers drive the contestants towards the Eiffel Tower. Hawkgirl arrives first, claiming the base. Gage rushes in, firing wildly. Hawkgirl closes the gap, breaking Gage's mechanical arm with one strike, finishing off with a crushing blow. Wendy walks into the plaza, Abigail's ghost manifesting fully for the first time. The Hawkgirl fights with brutal force, but every time she swings, Wendy's ghostly ally distracts or blocks her view. Wendy finally lunges, stabbing Hawker on the side. Walrider swoops in during the chaos, wrapping around Wendy. She screams for Abigail, but the ghost cannot stop the nanite swarm. Wendy is torn apart in seconds.
Damn,
Walrider is the winner.
that's crazy.